Hello, everyone, and welcome into more challengers here on the Sorcerer Network. My name is Sorcerer Matt. Well, you know my rule here. I don't really balk at a pair, especially a pair in my favorite set, the Haunted House. So, let's go with that. I'm going to continue a little bit of the conversation I had in yesterday's video of kind of the tier list thing, and it's a lot of you have continued the conversation here in the comments. And really what this comes down to of how I rank cards is there are many that are situational. There's a handful of cards that are just good on their own, and those are the ones that I like the most. But for the most part, like, every card has some type of value in the right deck. Even the most basic cards can be really, really powerful in the right deck. But also, for example, like the Makeup Artist is a really great card, but if you have no one-powered things, then it's a horrible card. The Mascot is a really, really, really good card, but if you don't have a bunch of, different sets, then it's a really, really, really bad card. They've designed this game. The skeleton doesn't scare me. They designed this game very well in that every card has some type of value. I know the clown was the big F. I've found the clown to be helpful in certain situations. It's very limited. It's not a situation that happens all the time, but it is a situation that I have found. I have found it to be beneficial. It also kind of just depends on what you as the player value. So I value the Juggler because I value deck manipulation. In all of my deck builders, doesn't matter what I'm doing, I tend to favor that. I don't really want any of this. Okay. All right. Think this is pretty good. So maybe we're doing the Funfair build. So yeah, very few. So the cards that I like are cards that do something without really having to do anything. Like, even the Vendor is a really good card, except that it does have to be on the bench. So if you draw it late, it's just kind of a 2-powered card that doesn't really do anything for you. I like cards that do something no matter what. It comes up, it does something. I like those cards a lot. All right. I don't love that took 3 cards, but so be it. Okay. Get a little value out of my Vendor. Not that it super matters, but, it's there. Curious what's the other thing. All right, this is a very interesting build. Now, the good news is, the bad news is I don't think I can take down something that's 5 power. The good news is that's out of bench space for him. All right, I love that this person also has an AI. Really nice. So yeah, I really think that this game is pretty well balanced, to be honest with you. Definitely there's things that work, that really are the bread and butter, work really, really well. But I've also found some decks that you can kind of hodgepodge together, and you can do just fine. Like, this is an example of, we may not go full Vendor or full Funfair. We may not do it. We may kind of do a hybrid type thing, and that's fine. We can do that. I usually favor the two. Do I grab a third skeleton? The answer is yes. And then we redraw. How greedy am I with this rescue pod? And the answer is really greedy. I kind of don't want these newcomers anymore. And I'm just going to take all of them out. Just don't need them anymore. I have a good amount of cards, so I'm not worried about that. And I also tend to favor, too, like, the skeleton's not really a great card in what I'm necessarily trying to build, but I favor the cards that I can stack, because really the most powerful thing in this game is number of cards. Why is the Necromancer so good? Because it puts a card back on top of your deck. Why is something like the Movie Star good in certain builds? Because it puts cards back on your deck. Anything that can put something back on top gives you more cards, because that's usually how somebody wins. Is this person had more cards. Okay. Boo. It was a long shot that the rescue pod was going to take something. It is what it is, though. Like, you know, I feel good about rolling the dice there. The reward is so much better, but we'll probably end up getting rid of that. All right, 2 AIs is something to think about here. But we're doing okay here. We just don't have the big stuff. Yeah, I really don't think my opponents have that powerful of things. So really, if we were able to get some like higher powered stuff, I'm gonna feel good about that. So like Rubber Duck, yes. And actually, this is a decent mascot game. I'd probably take out the rescue pod. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, so yeah, I'm going to remove the rescue pod. But ultimately, here's the thing. The mascot is better than this talent, and it's basically the same card. This is a 2-power card, except this also gets +1 for some other stuff. And then the hope is that this Rubber Duck can kind of become our, we can kind of get some beefy boys here. And then what we have nicely here is a situation where this dog and this champion now can come out for other stuff that we could possibly get. Necromancer is also fantastic here because we can recur the mascot or even skeletons, anything. We do kind of need to start winning, though it doesn't really seem like anyone's running away with it. It's a little annoying because I want that to defend with more. However, the fact that 3 cards had to come out in order to beat it, that's pretty good. And this person also has AI. It's hilarious that we all have these skeletons. Cook is also a very, very good card. Cook is one of those cards that's just good no matter what. But yeah, like this person is doing well because they have more cards than other people. Like really that's the main thing. Oh man. Do you put the cook back on top? I would. Oh, you put the skeleton back on top. Duh. That's 2 power. I don't know why I thought that was not 2 power. All right, there's a skeleton. There's a mascot. All right, so that's, again, like defending with 5 is not nothing. Nice. All right, that is a solid win. 3 stable boys with AI. Now the trick is, I wonder if that's going to be too much. So there's another Necromancer. So this person is also going Necromancer, which makes sense for this build. I don't necessarily, think that's wrong. This is an interesting, because that's going to just run out of bench space. But yeah, this is actually a perfect example of a game where no one's like committing to one certain build. Everyone's kind of just doing other stuff as well. Do I go double mime here? I know clairvoyant's really good, but it's probably just double mime. Again, I'm very much in the, and we just remove one of those. I'm very much in the again, pairs. Pairs are anything you can stack is incredibly powerful. So I want my mimes to come out quickly. I mean, if I could choose, it would be the 2 vendors and then the mimes. But, you know, I don't know what the probability is of that happening, but I'm going to go with not high. That's great. Excellent. I love it. I love that that took out all of that. And then, oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. Oh, and another mime. Oh, like that's, let's just do that every time. That's just great. Excellent, excellent, excellent. That's not great. However, yeah, I would have liked that to hang on for a little bit longer, especially because I know that there is another one of those stable boys in there. And I guess there's 2 more in there. Now, the good news is I do have a rubber duck that's going to get maximum power here. All right, that's a nice mascot there. Mascot could also be cut if we're really kind of, getting nitpicky here. Yeah, there's the rubber duck. And the nice thing is, even if that other stable boy comes out, yeah. I wish that would have come out first, and then I would have been able to take down the 3, because now I still have to take down a 6, which all my beefy things are out. And I don't think that 4 is going to do it. That's okay. It just really makes the next 2 kind of must-wins. Man, that Hermit is really good. I've never had a ton of success with the Hermit, but I can see where this is very powerful in this build. I think this person's going to be the person to beat. You're kind of seeing the power of the AI and the 2-powered plus the Necromancer. You're seeing the power here. Yeah, because just all these 2-power things are coming out with 4 power, which is just absolutely gross. Probably Hermit. Yep. Because you get rid of all those other cards, and then you just have a deck full of all this, and then that Hermit is now a +7. Gross. Yeah, I think this guy's going to be hard to beat. See, this is a situation where the ghost would just be the bee's knees. This is interesting. I don't UFO. It's too late to do that. Like there's no way. I am gonna go another mascot, but then we're gonna redraw. That worked out very well. That is exactly what we needed. I mean, this still isn't like the best deck ever, but this sets us up really nicely for the last stage because we can replace the champion with something else that's just good. And we have a lot of things that'll be good in this deck. But this is one where like the hologram would be really, really good because no one really has anything that like gets rid of things off their bench. So like I could really tank some people, down the stretch here. So, I mean, I really, based on where I'm at, I need to win the last 2. The only issue is I have to play the person who I think is the best. Now, then the best news is I get to play the person that is not doing well, but I have to get through this first. Well, that's a good start. That's a very good start. And really, the downside of the cook is it does not do anything right now. I'm curious if he takes the value here. I probably would. Yeah. That's an incredibly smart move. You take the extra card. Yeah. All right. This is nice. Necromancer comes out early. The Hermit. Okay. All right. That's not the greatest mascot, but so be it. Yeah, see, this is how, yeah, the fact that that's the first AI to come out is really great. That's not so great, because I really wanted that rubber duck to be much beefier. Much beefier. Okay, there's a shark. So that fills up the bench. All right. I mean, again, defending with 5 here is not terrible. Okay. Assuming the Hermit is going on top. And it's going to be pretty gross. Disgusting. This level A card is going to be defending with power of 7. Okay. Again, the second rubber duck there is not great, especially because now this fills up my entire bench, so the mime now is basically useless. This person got another cook. It's fine, totally fine. Yeah, that just makes that not good at all. All right. Well, I mean, you know, we're hanging on here. Okay, the bad thing of that triggering is that means that there's at least 3 more cards in the deck, and I don't think that I can beat that. Yeah, definitely can't beat that. All right. Yeah, that may have sealed our fate there. I don't think this is a bad deck. I think that just everyone else got a really good deck. Man, double bumper car in the fun fair is probably just what we do. It does give us some deck manipulation as well. Yeah, I mean, doubles of every card. Yeah, the skeletons are probably very weak at this point, but there's 3 of them. I don't know. The good news is that these 2 players have to play each other. The disappointing thing is that I don't really have any way to get passive fans, because that would be a way I could sneak in here. But I mean, this is another one where even if I get into the finals, this deck is just absolutely ridiculous. But this is where like a ghost would have been really, really good. Something to just like put something into the exhaust pile that cannot recur anything. All right, there's a good start. That's excellent. That's excellent. That's less excellent. That's an excellent card. Yeah, and that's why it's an excellent card. Okay. Vendors coming out now. Very nice. Very, very nice. I would like to see the mime here. I want this rubber ducky on the top. And then I can just do the mascots. It doesn't matter. Would have liked to see the mime in one of those because I would have put that to the top, but that's fine. So there's that. Love that that takes that down in 1 card. Interesting double Bard. Oof. That's not ideal. Yeah. Super good. Super good. Yeah, the fact that my vendors have not been coming out in a timely manner is a little annoying. And yeah, this Bard is now doing tons of work. Yeah, I this is just, I mean, it doesn't matter. I'll move that to the top. Sure. I mean, this is kind of the last hope here. Oh, I didn't real. Oh, hey, look at that. Totally forgot that my opponent was out of bench space. Yeah, see, this makes sense. Though we were not super far off there. This guy just has an insane deck. This is just an absolutely insane deck. So, hey, if you're enjoying the content, hit that subscribe button, like and comment, and we'll see you next time.